Welcome to Dumb Guys. This is our 2017 Fantasy Baseball Week 6 waiver wire pickups and buy and lows.
Yes, I've got a couple buy and lows, but for the most part, these are waiver wire guys.
Right.
Dumb Guys.
So you want me to get started here?
Yeah, why don't you get us going?
So the first name I've got, which a lot of people are picking up a lot of Yankees right now because they've had some breakout candidates. Their outfield is kind of overloaded right now. But I've got kind of an old classic here, and it's Brett Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
He started the year with 5 home runs and 5 stolen bases.
Yeah, that's nice.
His OPS is really high, and he's up around 33 years old right now. So maybe his old man strength is coming in, and he's going to hit for some more power.
Old man strength.
Yes. A couple years ago, he had about 17 home runs or so. So he's shown a little bit of power in the past, but if he kept up this 5 home runs a month, it'd be kind of a surprise.
Very much so.
But he's hitting home runs right now. He's stealing bases like he's always done. He's getting some playing time, even though the Yankees outfield is kind of overloaded. I'd say if you're really desperate for an outfielder, this is a good target.
I think you're nailing it with the Yankees thing there, because the Yankees right now are a surprise team. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew that they were a couple years away from winning, but this year the young guys are coming out killing it. The veterans are, probably revitalized, and going out there with some energy. Now, the interesting thing about Gardner, he's got 5 home runs. 4 of those home runs came from 2 games. He had two home run games, and those were actually fairly recently, which is why I didn't pick him up. But I think you're right. In that lineup, it's going to be contagious, the hitting, and so
and I think it's not unprecedented for a guy that's been known as for a stolen base guy. Once he gets up over 30, to start hitting a few home runs. Mm-hmm. A couple examples are Ray Durham and Marquis Grissom.
Yeah,
those guys stole bases at the beginning of their careers, and when they got over 30, they started doing 20-plus home runs a year.
Brett Gardner used to be really, really fast, and I'm surprised he doesn't steal more bases now, but you're right, he's old or older.
Yeah.
So his old man strength is also giving him old man legs.
Yeah. He's 42% owned in Yahoo, so better than 50% chance that he's available in your league.
So sticking with that theme of Yankee outfielders, I've got a guy on my list here who's less owned, 29%, and that's Aaron Hicks. Now, the good thing about Gardner is the starting left fielder for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. That's his job.
Yeah.
And the Yankee outfield is full right now with Brett Gardner, Ellsbury in center, and Judge in right field. But Ellsbury's been hurt. Aaron Hicks has had some playing time, and he's tearing it up. This guy started the season with 6 home runs, nearly a 1,200 OPS. And, he's taking advantage of this extra playing time he's getting with Ellsbury being hurt. I think he also comes in, and he's kind of a platoon because Ellsbury doesn't hit well against left-handed pitching. So he's getting some at-bats there. But if he keeps up this kind of production, he's going to steal that spot from Ellsbury. And Ellsbury didn't have a bad start to the season, but he's older. He's known to get hurt. So this guy might be a guy you just get and stash on your bench until Ellsbury goes down.
Yeah, Ellsbury's like that name nobody's talked about him for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
He had a 30 home run season? And was it 30 home runs and like 40 steals?
50. I think he had 51 steals, 29 home runs, or 31 home runs, something like that.
He's like MVP candidate.
Yeah, right.
And then he just kind of fell off the radar.
Well, then he signed a giganto contract with the Yankees after leaving the Red Sox, and it's like been nothing since then.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Side note, but anyway, Hicks also might be a counter argument to Gardner, because I think when Ellsbury starts playing full time, he might start stealing playing time from both Ellsbury and Gardner.
Yeah.
Because I believe they're both left-handed, so Hicks might be the offset.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so my next guy, and what's funny, right before I came here, I saw a A's commercial saying go vote for this guy for the All-Star team. Mm-hmm. But it's Yonder Alonso, if I'm pronouncing that right. He's only 10% owned in Yahoo leagues, but he's got 7 home runs so far, and he's hitting over 300.
Wow.
He's never done this before, and he's 30 years old. So just if you buy him, pick him up, just temper those expectations and just be ready for the hot streak to end.
Yeah. So that's definitely a guy you're going to gamble on. I actually don't even know his name.
I think he has 1 less home run right now than he had all year last year.
Wow.
I did look, and he had some like 15 home run seasons in the minors, so I'd say power's not totally unprecedented. Some people are saying, maybe he will stick it up. The A's overall are hitting really well. But only 10% owned, that means he's going to be out there, and if you need power this week, or, if you've got, say, like right now, Rizzo is just in a freaking slump for me right now, and I'm looking at what options I want to put at first base. Like if I even want to take Rizzo out, and if you have something like that going on in your team, this guy might be a short term.
Plug a hole for a short while.
Plug a hole. Maybe he'll hit a couple home runs for you this week. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But temper your expectations.
Because obviously you've got guys like Rizzo who are going to go through cold streaks, but there's no way that someone is going to take his spot on your roster for the rest of the season.
No.
So you need guys like that can just step in. They're hot right now. They're going to fill a hole. They're going to get you some stats until your main guy like Rizzo heats up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next guy on my list is very versatile, and I was very surprised actually at the stats that I saw when I looked at him this morning, and that's Marwin Gonzalez. This was one of my sleepers from last year.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't think he played as well as I thought he would last year, but this year he's 63% owned, so he's probably out there on as a free agent. He's got 9 home runs so far this year. He's playing for the Astros. The Astros' offense is really good. The Astros are playing very well. So he's got 9 home runs, 1,000 OPS, and he's eligible for every position except pitcher and catcher. This guy's versatile.
Yeah, the versatility is great. The Astros are hitting well. I think he's second on their team in RBIs right now, which is kind of a surprise. It's that if you have an OPS league, these guys are nice because he's low batting average, but he's got some pop. If you have a batting average league, this guy might kind of hurt your batting average.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going to give you the home run stats. The RBIs and the runs are probably there as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it's as good as you're going to get right now on the waiver wires if you have, a 10, 12, 14 team league.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
And what I've got here is Wade Miley. He's 50% owned, and he's getting dropped a lot right now because he had a game where he got hit by 2 line drives.
Oh, right, yeah.
But the X-rays came back negative, so he should be coming back very soon. So people might be dropping him, so look to pick him back up.
Well, and he wasn't off to a terrible start, was he?
No, 2.27 ERA, 10 strikeouts per 9 innings so far.
That's pretty nice.
And what happened with him is he was second in voting for Rookie of the Year, I believe it was in 2012. 16 wins, low 3 ERA. He's had some down years since then. Now he's starting to show those good signs again.
Talent that he's got.
The talent that he's got. So, see if somebody dropped him because of getting hurt and go grab him up.
And he's only 50-something% owned?
Yeah, only about 50% owned, and it's going down because of people that dropped him worried about that injury.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's going to miss playing time.
And 10 strikeouts per 9, so is he available in our league?
I believe he was.
Until you picked him up?
No, I actually didn't pick him up. I had to drop a pitcher today because I was overloaded.
Oh, okay.
Because the next guy I'm going to talk about is coming off the disabled list.
Well, here's my trouble right now currently is strikeouts. I actually threw relief pitchers out the window. I am filling my roster, so we have a 6-pitcher roster, 4 starting pitchers, 2 relief pitchers. And I've got those 2 relief pitcher holes filled with starters that are relief pitcher eligible. And I'm still losing in strikeouts. I need strikeouts, so maybe that's a guy that I might go pick up if you're looking for strikeouts. 10 strikeouts per 9 is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not a rate he's had his whole career, but it's a rate he's got so far this year.
Yeah, well, and again, I just need to plug some holes until I've got Hamels that went on the DL. I just need to plug some holes for now.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. We talked about how Hamels never gets hurt, and then he got hurt. Well, was it our sleepers video where we talked about that?
Yeah, and we were speaking the truth. The guy's never been hurt. He's a quintessential 200 innings pitched a year kind of guy. So the fact that I pick him up and he gets hurt, I don't know. Maybe I'm just jinxed that way.
Yeah. All right, whose turn is it?
I think it's my turn.
Your turn, okay.
So speaking of pitchers that are relief pitcher eligible, that are starters, that I plugged into my lineup, Ivan Nova. This guy is only 83% owned in leagues, and I think that number's been going up because he was named the NL Pitcher of the Month for April. This guy's killing it, dude. And so he's got 3 wins already this season, 2.14 ERA, and a .88 whip. This guy doesn't walk guys, so his whip is really low. Here's the thing about Nova. I know a lot about him because he pitched for the Yankees for many years. He didn't have a ton of success. There was always really high hope for Nova, but he just never really connected. He had one pretty decent season where I think he won 16 games, had a sub-4 ERA, but other than that, he's never been that good. But he got traded to the Pirates mid-season last year. Ever since then, he's been really good. And so maybe it's the National League Central that's got Ivan Nova doing what he needs to do. Maybe it's the Pittsburgh Pirates pitching, staff or coaches, whatever it is. He likes pitching for the Pirates, and he so far has been really good.
Nice. All right, so the next guy I've got is somebody that just came off the disabled list for me, and that's Sonny Gray. He's a 68% owned. That went up 4% this week, so people are starting to pick him up.
Yep.
And he's actually pitching right now, and I just checked. He's pitched 3 innings and allowed 1 run so far, so a 3 ERA so far.
So this is his first game back.
Second game. His first game he got kind of knocked around, which is kind of what you expect every time somebody first comes off the disabled list.
Yeah.
He had some really good minor league rehab starts. I don't think he allowed a run in 12 innings and had, I think, about the same amount of strikeouts. And if you just look at this guy, like he had a rough year last year, a ERA over 5. But the year before that, he was actually 3rd in the voting for Cy Young Award. The year before that, he had a 3.08 ERA with 14 wins. He's not a strikeout guy, but he could be like that, what Porcello was for a lot of guys last year. Like he could come in and get you some wins, low ERA, and he was available in a lot of leagues to just pick up.
So what was the injury that he just came back from?
I'm not 100% sure, but what I've heard is some people are kind of down on him ever reaching that level he was before. But I'm more optimistic. I'm at least willing to use a bench spot with him right now to see how it goes.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think he's a pretty high caliber pitcher that you're getting for almost nothing.
Yeah.
Just to see if he turns out. So
yes.
I don't think it's a bad move.
Yeah.
Okay, back to my list. And this is kind of, it's a love-hate thing here because, as I mentioned, I just threw my relief pitcher game out the window. I'm basically sacrificing saves, but just in case I decided to go that route, I did pick this guy up, and that's Brandon Kinsler. He's 75% owned right now in leagues. He is the closer for the Twins, and I think he was a little bit of a surprise. I didn't even know who he was until I saw his. He was 7-0 in save opportunities. He hadn't given up a run in those 7 starts. The only hiccup is that he's coming off a couple of bad, opportunities where he did blow a save the other day. So his stock might be going down a little bit, but if you got a deep league, this is probably a guy that wasn't drafted. The 75% owned, I am sure, is due to how well he pitched up to this point. But he's a guy to keep your eyes on if you're looking for someone to fill a closer hole. Yeah,
and closer is tough right now. If you didn't get a couple good ones in your draft, there's a big mess in Washington Nationals team. So anybody that could, if you get you saves right now that's still available, would be fairly valuable.
And I dropped Cologne for the Rays, and all he did was he blew a couple of saves for me, and he burned me, and I decided I wasn't going to go that route, so I got rid of him, and I decided to stick my pitchers in there and get wins. I've been winning wins pretty consistently. With that opportunity, with that technique.
Well, weird thing about my week is I had 4 pitchers pitched twice, and I don't have a win yet.
Wow. Yeah. It's rough when you have that happen.
Yeah. Jeez. Give my pitchers some run support.
Yeah, right?
Now, what I'm going to go into now is a couple guys that I have gotten headlines for how bad their starts have been. And one of them is Hosmer. I actually saw a headline, which was him along with Carlos Gonzalez and, I'm blanking on the third guy they listed.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I saw that article.
But they're having like the worst starts of their career. But Hosmer has actually picked it up this week. He has an OPS over 1,000, a couple home runs this week. It's a sign that he's coming out of that bad start. And if you find an owner that's willing to dump him for under his value, maybe reach out to that guy. See if he's willing to trade him right now.
Right.
Cover for that first baseman.
Wheel and deal, man. This is general manager mindset right here is what you got going on.
Yeah, and right now a guy might just be really frustrated with him right now and be surprised he's able to get anything for him. So he might get a steal.
To support that, I could talk a little bit about something that happened in our league.
Yeah.
There's a guy who was off to a slow start, a guy we weren't high on before the season, and that was Jose Abreu.
Yeah.
And just so happens, the guy that drafted him in our league dropped him.
Yeah.
And I swooped him up.
Yeah.
I picked him up. So the thing is, he started to heat up now. I picked him up, put him on my bench, and I think he hit like 3 or 4 home runs last week, or the week before. A couple home runs the week before. I put him in, and then he hit a few more home runs. He's been solid for me, and so some people, that just shows you some people are willing to drop anybody, and so if they're on the verge of dropping somebody, you might be able to just dangle something, carrot in front of them and get them to trade to fill a hole you need. You're not going to see Jose Abreu getting dropped in many leagues.
Yeah.
Ours was a particular special incident here.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, they may be willing to trade them cheap.
Exactly. They may be willing to do that trade cheap.
Yes.
And so, speaking of Jose Abreu, that actually leads into my next waiver wire pickup, and that's Avisail Garcia, who bats after Abreu in the batting order. Now he's 80% owned in leagues, but he's batting .362 right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, with 5 home runs, 24 RBIs, and a .978 OPS, and so he's been doing that with a slow to start Abreu hitting ahead of him. And I think with Abreu hitting ahead of him and hitting better, he's probably going to either see more pitches or Abreu's going to see more pitches. Whatever it is, they're protecting each other in that lineup. And so this is a guy who might be worth picking up right now if you need to fill a hole in your lineup and you need some offense.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the picks we've got for this week. Thanks for tuning into the Dumb Guys. I hope we're helping you improve in your league.
Absolutely.
We put our toe in the water with fantasy football last week, but more to come on that. That was our super early video.
Super early.
Yeah. So more to come on that, and we're going to continue these baseball ones. Our fantasy baseball is some of our best responses we've got on our channel. Yeah. So
and we have a lot of baseball knowledge. I think both of us we call ourselves baseball guys.
Yeah.
We know a lot about baseball. We've been playing this fantasy baseball for many a years in the same league we've been in. Stay tuned. I think it makes us better too to know that you're watching and you give us your advice and we bounce things back and forth. And with that, don't be afraid to go ahead and put the guys you've picked up off the waiver wires down in the comments below, so that we kind of know what you're seeing in your leagues, and we can kind of learn from you as well.
Yeah, and some feedback I might have coming is I actually stopped my Hulu and got a bunch of.
I was surprised.
Yeah, because it's hard to find live sports, and the only option coming is like the YouTube TV, but I just don't see it coming into our little area very soon.
Our area is really struggles when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yes, so I'll see if watching more games live gives me a different perspective.
Well, I guarantee it will improve your fantasy play. The more you watch, the more you know, the faster you can react. Just more information means better ability to make judgment calls.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So.
All right, so more to come on that.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and all that good stuff.
Well, also, if you're enjoying our fantasy baseball, check out our other type videos that Barry and I are both doing. We're actually filming a Singapore food today.
Yep.
We put up a Brazilian food yesterday, and I am on my way home from this video. I'm going to get more ingredients for another Brazilian food video.
Yep.
So increase your culture.
That's
check
right.
out our food videos as well.
That's right. Immerse yourself in a different culture and try the food and see if it tastes good. That's what we're doing.
All right.
All right. Stay tuned.
Thanks for watching.